एवरीवन, अस्सलाम वालेकुम, नमस्ते, सत श्री अकाल। कैसे हो दोस्तों? आज हम जो वीडियो देखने वाले हैं वो है मेजर गौरव आर्या जी की वीडियो है, जिसमें मेजर गौरव आर्या जो हैं वो इंडिया यूएस रिमार्क्स कॉलिंग आउट पाकिस्तान। इस वीडियो के आज ऊपर हम रिएक्शन देंगे। देखते हैं इस वीडियो को, अच्छी लगे लाइक कीजिएगा, शेयर कीजिएगा, एंड सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो सब्सक्राइब भी कर लीजिएगा। तो चलते वीडियो की तरफ देखते हैं।
Let me also go across to Major Gaurav Arya joining us on this broadcast. Major Gaurav Arya, we just were discussing about this joint statement coming in from India and US, once again in a way sending out that strong message to Pakistan. They've also mentioned as to how they denounce any use of terror proxies and emphasize the importance of denying any logistical, financial or military support to terrorist groups which could even launch or plan terror attacks in the future.
No, Richa, I'll tell you, there is a background to all of this. And the background is this, that America has always known that Pakistan has supported terror. It's not news to the world. You know, after all, Osama bin Laden, the head of the Al-Qaeda, was found inside Pakistan. Aman al-Zawahiri and all these people of Al-Qaeda and Islamic State have either stayed in Pakistan or gone through Pakistan. The Taliban was virtually created inside Pakistan. So anybody saying that, you know, this is new, this is not new. It is just that America, after 20, 30 years, realizes that America has no further need for Pakistan. I think that is the truth, and this truth must be told. America today has realized that it has better options. It need not tolerate Pakistan. It need not tolerate Pakistan's shenanigans. And this is America sending out a very strong message to Pakistan that our relationship of convenience is over. We tolerated your nuclear programs. We tolerated the fact that you bred, harbored, and gave birth to terrorist groups. We tolerated everything that you did, including nuclear proliferation. America tolerated everything because Pakistan was geostrategically important and that it provided a way to get into Afghanistan and further into Central Asia. But that romance is now over, and this is the real news behind the statements of America. This is the real news behind it.
Right. In fact, Major Gaurav Arya, we're also joined by Rana Izhan Afzal Khan from Pakistan, who's from the PML. Any question that you would like to ask to him as well?
No, he's from Noon League, he's from Nawaz Sharif's party, and you know what we have been saying is what his party has also been saying. He may not like to repeat it on an Indian channel, lest his patriotism in Pakistan be questioned. But Rana Sahab, I'd like to ask you, why you represent not a political party, you're representing Pakistan on our channel. I would like to ask you, why didn't Imran Khan go? Is there a clear diplomatic failure of Pakistan? Because whom did Shah Mahmood Qureshi meet? He met Antony Blinken for some time. He met some minister of Ireland. Otherwise, you've had no meeting with any corporates. You have not had any phone call or meeting with Biden, with Kamala Harris, with any other head of state. Imran Khan is sitting in Islamabad in Bani Gala. He should have been here. He should have been here in America, putting forth Pakistan's case, putting forth Taliban's case, because that is what he loves to do. Why is he sitting in Pakistan? Why is he not in the United States of America, sir?
First of all, I think that Shah Mahmood Qureshi has met his counterpart in the US. Obviously, he was not going to meet the president. And we are not spokespersons for Taliban. We are just pursuing peace in our neighbors because obviously we share a very long boundary with them. And we know that, and we acknowledge that there are certain prerequisites for Taliban to get recognized. And it is, it has been decided that there is going to be no unilateral recognition for Taliban. It is going to be joint with, with China, Iran, and Russia being part of that decision-making process for the recognition of Taliban. Well, I think we are sharing very good relationships with the US and the United Nations, United States and other European countries also realize the importance of Pakistan when it comes in relation to Afghanistan. And also I would like to mention here that the role of Pakistan in fighting terrorism has been recognized by the world all over. So,
Rana Afzal Khan, I'd like to ask you, Rana Sahab, I'd like to ask you one question. You know, you mentioned how important Pakistan is and how your relationship with America is very good. I'd just like to ask you, I hope you're aware what the Vice President of the United States said about Pakistan. I hope you're aware about that, sir. You speak about a good relationship. You know what the European Union Parliament said about Pakistan aiding and abetting, sending special forces, sending fixed-wing fighter aircraft to Panjshir Valley. You're aware of all this, and in spite of being aware of all this, you're saying that you share a very good relationship with both Europe and the United States of America. I'd like to ask you, how do you say that, sir? Kamala Harris made that statement 48 hours back.
First of all, I think, I think that apart from Indian media, no one has pointed out the fact that Pakistan was involved in Panjshir. Not even in a single, media from any other country has said anything about it, because the facts
Sahib, have
nothing to do.
Have you gone on the European Parliament website, sir? Forget about media. Forget about Indian media, world media. Forget about it.
I'm telling you a fact that Pakistan did not have.
I am asking you, Rana Sahib. Forget about Indian media, sir. Forget about Indian media. Forget about global media, Pakistani media, American media. I'm just asking you, have you been to the EU Parliament website, sir? Have you seen what they said about Pakistan?
You can, but there could be a parliamentarian who might have said something, but as a statement from the Parliament as a whole, there is nothing available on anything.
Sir, more than 25 EU parliamentarians have tabled this, sir. It's not a statement from one parliamentarian, sir. It's tabled and it's on record, sir.
Well, the fact is that Pakistan had nothing to do with whatever happened in Panjshir. It was, a local movement, and we are never going to be acting in the Khwan soil. That is not our policy. That is not the policy of our military.
So tell me, Rana sir.
So
understood. Okay, that's okay, sir. Iran is wrong because Iran's president said the same thing. Iran is wrong, sir. America is wrong. India is always wrong, sir. Hum to galat hain, koi baat nahi. And European Union is absolutely wrong, sir. Only Pakistan is right. Understood. I'll give you that benefit of doubt. Now tell me, why did Pakistan not go, or why not the Prime Minister of Pakistan in the United States? You had the Quad meeting there. You had heads of state of the entire world. Why did the Pakistani Prime Minister not go? I'd like to ask you that. Shah Mahmood Qureshi is a lightweight. You have Prime Minister Modi. You have Joe Biden. You have Mr. Morrison. You have Suga. You have world leaders there. And Prime Minister of Pakistan, don't you consider Imran Khan to be a world leader?
No, of course, Imran Khan, any Prime Minister, not specifically Imran Khan, any Prime Minister of Pakistan holds a very important position. After all, we're a nuclear state. And I do not know the reasons behind why Imran Khan did not go and why Shah Mahmood Qureshi chose to go. Instead, that is something for you to ask the PTI, and the government, the people who are in power.
One more question to you. You keep on repeating this nuclear state. We are a nuclear state. Japan is not a nuclear state. Australia is not a nuclear state. This nuclear statement has no value at all. It does not indicate how important. What are you going to do with your nuclear bomb? Are you going to bomb countries? I have seen this in the Pakistani media so often. We are a nuclear state. So what? Nobody cares. I'm just asking you, why did Imran Khan not go? Because Taliban Khan, which is how Imran Khan is known in Pakistan, on day one, when the Taliban marched to Kabul, the first thing he said, that Zaini Azadi. He spoke about freedom. He spoke about all kinds of freedom. He was so happy. The Pakistani media was happy. Pakistan's Prime Minister was happy. I've heard his entire speech. I've heard Shah Mahmood Qureshi. I've heard your Interior Minister, Sheikh Rashid. I've heard Fawad Hassan, your cabinet minister. Every one of them dying to be ambassadors of the Taliban, without exception, saying that, the world should recognize Taliban. My question to you is, okay, the world should recognize Taliban. Why isn't Pakistan recognizing Taliban? You always tell people, help Taliban, recognize Taliban. Why aren't you doing it yourself, sir?
First of all, I don't think that, Pakistan is in a hurry to recognize Taliban. As I've said, it is going to be a multilateral decision with Russia, China, Iran being involved in that decision as well. And I think the ball is in Taliban's court to prove to the world that they will be giving women rights. They will be, pursuing education, health, and infrastructure development.
Thank you.
If they do not do that, if they do not do that, if they fail to be an inclusive government, it will be their own fault. If something so they have to do all these.
Thank you, Rana Sahab. Thank you, Rana Sahab. Thank you, Rana Sahab. We'll be heading into a short break, but before that, I'd just like to say that Taliban has just announced that they're going to start chopping heads, they're going to start chopping hands, and you're talking about women's rights and inclusive government. Doesn't cut ice with us. Thank you very much, sir.
उन्होंने बताया है कि बेसिकली राना जो है ये PMLN जो है मतलब मुस्लिम लीग नून जो नवाज शरीफ की पार्टी है उनसे ताल्लुक़ इनका है और उन्हीं से बात कर रहे थे मेजर गौरव आर्या जी, जिसमें उन्होंने बहुत अहम क्वेश्चंस किए उनसे और मुझे लगता है कि राना ने बहुत अच्छे से जवाब दिए हैं क्योंकि एक तो मुस्लिम लीग नून से वो ताल्लुक़ रखते हैं, लेकिन उन्होंने बिल्कुल भी कोई भी किसी पार्टी के ख़िलाफ़ बात नहीं की है, मतलब कि कोई ऐसी बात नहीं की है जिससे किसी को टारगेट किया जाए। उन्होंने बस पॉइंट टू पॉइंट बात की है, एज बीइंग पाकिस्तानी उन्होंने बात की है। तो उसमें उन्होंने कहा कि सबसे पहले जो मेजर गौरव आर्या जी हैं उन्होंने ये क्वेश्चन किया उनसे कि इमरान खान क्यों नहीं US के आए, मतलब कि वहाँ पर उनको जाना चाहिए था। जो है वो नरेंद्र मोदी जी गए, इंडियन प्राइम मिनिस्टर, इसके अलावा दूसरी कंट्रीज से गए लोग, तो ये इमरान खान बनी गाला में बैठकर क्या कर रहे थे, वहाँ से बैठ के वो स्पीच दे रहे हैं, बाकी वहाँ पर उनकी जगह पर दूसरे शाह महमूद कुरैशी जा रहे हैं और ये सब लोग ना, तो इनके बारे में वो बात कर रहे हैं। तो खैर उन्होंने कहा है कि इमरान खान क्यों नहीं थे, तो उस पर उन्होंने कहा है कि इमरान खान जो है वो जाए, मतलब कि उनका पर्सनल एक मैटर भी है, वो जानते हैं, उनकी गवर्नमेंट जानती है कि उनको वहाँ पर वो क्यों नहीं गए, उन्होंने उनको क्यों भेज दिया। वैसे ये पॉइंट तो मेरा भी माइंड में उठता है, क्वेश्चन उठता ही है कि इमरान खान जो है उनको लाजमी जाना चाहिए था, उनको वहाँ पर बात करनी चाहिए थी, वहाँ पर उनसे डिस्कस करना चाहिए था। चले वहाँ पर ना भी मिलते बाइडेन से या कुछ भी, तो कुछ भी होता वहाँ पर धरना देते, लेकिन नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ। उन्होंने बैठ के एक स्पीच दे दी, दैट्स इट। इसके अलावा तालिबान के ऊपर बात उठी है कि तालिबान जो है वो उसको सरेआम पाकिस्तान जो है वो सपोर्ट कर रहा है, पूरी दुनिया को कहता है कि आप इनको एक्सेप्ट करो और इनको जो है वो हेल्प करो, फंडिंग करो। तो जिसकी वजह से पंजशीर में भी जो है वो जो हुआ, तो उसमें भी जो है वो इमरान खान वगैरह जो हैं ये लोग हैं। तो इसमें उन्होंने ये जवाब दिया है राना ने कि ये पहली बात तो पाकिस्तान ने ये इसमें कोई भी ऐसा पाकिस्तान का नाम नहीं है, जो भी हुआ वो मतलब कि उसके अंदर पाकिस्तान का हाथ नहीं है। और दूसरा, अगर जो है वो सपोर्ट नहीं कर रहा, बेसिकली वो बस चाहता है कि पीस हो, पाकिस्तान चाहता है कि पीस हो, इसलिए वो, क्योंकि हमारी नेबरहुड कंट्री भी है, तो इसलिए उनके साथ बनाकर रखना है, उनके पीस होगा तो हमारे पास भी पीस होगा। और दूसरी बात जो है वो जाहिर सी बात है, टेररिज्म को कोई भी सपोर्ट करना मुनासिब है ही नहीं, अकॉर्डिंग टू मी। कोई भी ऐसे हम टेररिज्म को सपोर्ट करना मुनासिब नहीं है जिससे लोगों की नुकसान हो। लेकिन अभी जो है वो पूरी दुनिया के सामने जो पाकिस्तान की इमेज बनी हुई है वो बहुत ही बुरी बनी हुई है। वजह यह है कि वो जब से तालिबान अफ़गानिस्तान में आए हैं उसके बाद से कुछ ज़्यादा ही वो, जब गवर्नमेंट जो है वो पूरी दुनिया से कह रही है, अभी UNGA में भी जब जो बात हुई थी तो तब भी इमरान खान ने तालिबान का भी जिक्र किया था अफ़गानिस्तान में जो है। तो मुझे लगता है कि इस चीज़ को अंडरस्टैंड करने की ज़रूरत है कि क्योंकि अभी सैंक्शन की भी बात चल रही है चाइना, रशिया एंड पाकिस्तान के ऊपर, तो अब वो मीटिंग देखेंगे पता चलेगा उसमें क्या होता है। तो मतलब अभी जितने भी नेबरहुड कंट्रीज़ हैं वो सारे के सारे जो हैं वो चाइना, अफ़गानिस्तान जो है उसको साथ अभी मतलब कि पीस रखने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। लेकिन अब देखना है कि आने वाले वक्त में क्या होता है और क्या ये PTI गवर्नमेंट जो है वो सही कर रही है कि नहीं कर रही है, तो वो तो खैर हम लोग देखेंगे, जानेंगे, हमें आइडिया हो जाएगा। बाकी ओवरऑल अच्छा वीडियो जो है वो राणा जी ने काफ़ी समझदारी से आंसर किया है। उन्होंने जो उनके समझ में आया उन्होंने जवाब दिए। बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस के आंसर उन्होंने, जैसे कि गौरव आर्य जी ने कहा कि पाकिस्तान के पास न्यूक्लियर है तो इसलिए वो हर वक्त कहता रहता है हमारे पास न्यूक्लियर है, तो आपकी मीडिया बोलती रहती है, जबकि दूसरी इतनी वेल डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज़ हैं उनके पास न्यूक्लियर पावर नहीं है, लेकिन वो इतना कोई उछलते भी नहीं है। तो इसका मतलब ये है कि ये इतना वैल्यू नहीं रखता, तो आप लोग इतना हर चीज़ पे क्यों ये धमकी देते रहते हो। तो मीडिया तो वाकई में ही पता नहीं क्या समझ से बाहर है कि मीडिया को समझ ही नहीं आता कि वो क्या बोलते रहते हैं, जब देखो कुछ ना कुछ बोलते ही रहते हैं। तो मुझे लगता है कि मीडिया को इस चीज़ पर कंसीडर करना चाहिए कि वो क्या कर रहे हैं, कैसे बोल रहे हैं, तो वो ऐसी बातें ना बोलें जिससे हमारी गवर्नमेंट का जो है या हमारी कंट्री का जो है वो इमेज डाउन हो। बाकी ओवरऑल आपका क्या कहना है कमेंट सेक्शन में मुझे बताइएगा, अच्छा लगेगा। बाकी यही है कि मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो के साथ। टिल देन अपना बहुत सारा ख्याल रखिएगा, अपनी फैमिली का ख्याल रखिएगा, और यस बस मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो के साथ। टिल देन टेक केयर, बाय बाय।